Dangerous Dog Show Live! Hosted by Dangerous Dog and Doug the Rock Dog! Who let the dogs out?
Welcome to the Dangerous Dog Show Live right here on Facebook Live and YouTube. And I'd like to welcome Dangerous Doug, and we're missing Mystical Misty. Where's Mystical Misty? We miss you. And
hopefully she's tuning in out there. Obviously paying attention to the road, but at least listening to our shenanigans.
You drove her so much crazy this morning that she just like, I'm out of here. I'm getting in the vehicle and I'm just out. I'm just gone. I can't put up with the Dougs today. Just can't do it.
You're about half right on that, actually. That's a story for another time.
Yes. Well, I'd like to introduce our special guest today, Jacob Vanknowe from Jacob Vanknowe Music. How you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing good, y'all. How are y'all doing?
It's Saturday morning. We're dragging ass, but we're here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are dragging ass. Sorry, I was late to the party, y'all, because this coffee was just not brewing fast enough. So,
that's all right.
Understandable.
We're always late.
So we finally get a chance to talk to Jacob. We've been following him. He's been following us for quite a while now. He's been throwing down some really good melodic, heavy music. Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to kind of go into with my music. When I first started really getting introduced to music, I was probably about 5 years old, and my dad had played in bands all growing up, so that was a huge influence for me. And so when I was really young, I just knew I wanted to do that. And from doing music in school, when I was really young, I kind of figured out that I had a talent for it, and I just kind of worked on that from the time I was really, really young. And as I was growing up, me and my dad eventually formed bands together and have toured around. And now he's playing bass in my current project and singing and does like probably half of the songwriting or so. And we write a lot of the stuff together in terms of like the lyrics and all the songs and stuff like that. And so a lot of the songs have like deep meanings to me and like a lot of connections to like my family bonds and things like that as well. And so a lot of them have like positive connotations and things like that that I've like shared with people that are really close to me. So that's one thing I'd say, like just off the top about my music. And I've been working on kind of developing my style and trying to have like unique things that are like from all different genres that I appreciate, and kind of fusing all of that together and developing my own sound over the course of like a lot of years and stuff like that, and taking a classical influence and also fusing it with like hip hop and jazz and reggae styles and rock music and funk and I mean everything, and just kind of compiling it into something and trying to make it like my own unique sound as well.
Well, we enjoy your music, so there is
that.
So I think you have stuff that is gonna reach somebody. You know what I mean? No matter what message you're going for in each song, you're gonna touch somebody with it, and that's some good stuff.
I'm glad.
Rock Dog, throw down some of your questions. This guy, I don't know if you've watched some of the interviews where he will really get to the heart of a particular song that touches him. And he does it all the time. It's one of my favorite parts of doing interviews with this guy.
For sure.
In 2024, you released both the Blunt Force Trauma album and the Jacob Vanknowe EP. What was it like balancing both releases in the same year?
So the EP was actually like a remastered re-release. So I actually have the original. When we did the original release, it's on my like OG YouTube channel and everything like that, and I believe on like our SoundCloud and things like that. So we had done like our original recording ourselves, and then had to take it and have it redone with like a different recording contract with a different studio to have it remastered. So we saved the remastered cuts and basically like released the demo versions originally, and we're like, this is straight from us. This is our recording, our everything. And then we did the remastered, and we released that as kind of like a bonus thing for when we did the album. And we were new to doing our stuff on distribution, so we were originally going to release everything one single at a time, but we wound up just releasing the entire album with the EP. And then we've started to do the videos and visual projects for the album in like reverse order from the album, so everyone's able to listen to the album. And then there's all the brand new visuals that we're going to be coming out with for stuff. So as people have kind of familiarized themselves with the songs, there's going to be all kinds of new content still coming out for the album.
Right on. So how did the creative process differ between both the Blunt Force Trauma and the Jacob Vanknowe EP?
I'd say the major things were for our EP, a lot of our original demo tracks and things like that were self-recorded and self-produced originally, and then taken to a studio and mastered. Whereas, and it was a different studio. It was Hit Street Records in Spokane Valley that we went and did that record with. And then the following record, I got to work with Jimmy Hill, and he's at Amplified Wax Recording Studio, and he's worked with all kinds of artists, and I believe he even has worked with some platinum record artists. And I got to do some music there in his studio when I was very young, like probably 11 or 12, and so we already knew each other, and I was aware of like what it was like working in his studio. So I was like, you know, let's go for it on our new album, our 12-song album, which was Blunt Force Trauma. And we had him do a lot of the production, and he actually did some background vocal work and stuff like that as well for the album. So I think that was a big impact on like the sound quality and just the feel and the vibe from the songs, and just kind of taking myself back to my roots of where I'd recorded when I was really young, and kind of bringing it back to something like that. And I think it gave the record a lot of life and energy overall.
Right on. So if you had a choice, if you had to choose one song from each 2024 release that best represents who you are as an artist right now, which tracks would you pick and why?
From the EP, I would probably say Hollow Days, just because that has a lot of my vocal range in it, for one, and you kind of get a little bit of everything, some rock, some of my more mellow sound. And also in terms of the sound and the messaging in that song, it's like it's a sad, somber song, but it's also about when things like sorrow and things come into your life. It's about basically finding the hope in that, and the light at the end of the tunnel, and being able to kind of cope through those things to find the beauty in life again. And to me, the message of that and like what that meant to me at that time in my life when I wrote the song, and just everything about recording it and what was going on, that to me at least is probably one of my most like from the soul songs. I think that if people could take that from the EP, and it's probably one of the maybe lesser known ones, I guess, on the album, but to me it's like probably the most impactful. And then from the album, I would have to say, at least for me, Fallen Heroes would be my big impactful song from that, because that's about that I dedicated that to the veterans. My grandfather was a sergeant in the Marine Corps, so I have a lot of respect for the veterans and our military people and things like that, and to get to do a song in dedication to them meant an awful lot to me. So I took that like very seriously in the writing and everything, how I put the song together and the video and all that, just because that meant a lot to me going into that. So I'd say that would be the one for the new album.
Excellent. Doug, what do you got to say, bud?
You know, as I'm listening and I'm processing to, I was rocking out to your stuff this morning. Do you have a favorite part of the process? I mean, I know musicians have certain things that they obviously they love to play live, and they love to write, and they love to. Do you have a favorite part of this whole thing that is a little higher up on the chain than others, like playing live? Or
Yeah, Yeah, I would say I do. For one, I mean, honestly, I love doing every part of this. So it's like, I don't know, all this kind of has seemed like something I was meant to do since I was a kid. So it feels like it's very natural to me, and I very much enjoy all the parts of it. But playing live for me is the best, especially because I get to play in the band with my dad. So just getting to experience having those moments with my dad right now, and for the last however many years we've done this, and then the upcoming shows we have too, it just means a lot. So for me, just getting to play live and recording is also a big thing, because it's like when you're recording a song, you put it out there, technically that lasts forever. That song could be listened to when I'm gone. So I also enjoy that very much. I would say those are probably my two most favorite.
Yeah,
Right on.
that kind of reminds me of guy Doug and I know, Jeff Westlake. He loves playing live too, but he says that song is a forever thing. People will forget maybe if you fuck up a song live, but
Right.
what you put in the studio, and that is like, once it's out there, it's you can't like bring it back. So that's super important. So I can see where you're probably, I would imagine you're probably pretty hardcore in the studio. You're probably very picky and particular.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
I just want to know, Let's Go Crazy. Great rhythm, great beat. I mean, I just totally brings the energy. So tell me, in your opinion, what is the story behind the song? To me, I just want to burn down the night, party, and have a great time. So, but what's your story?
So that's definitely part of it for sure. A lot of my stuff has kind of like a dual concept where it'll kind of go into the heavier side of things, as well, with like concept matter. So like a lot of it also has to do with like my mental health struggles and things like that. And I mean, everybody has had frustrations and things in their life where things just aren't going right, and it's like, dude, I'm about to literally go nuts. And I know a lot of people can relate to that with the day-to-day struggles of life and things like that, and how crazy the world is nowadays. So for me, a lot of that was incorporated into the song, as well. But also, like how you say that energy of the positive end of it is like, well, instead of losing your mind and doing something bad, let's just go crazy and rock and roll, like let's go nuts
Yeah.
at the show kind of thing. So a lot of that was incorporated into it as well. And then also some of the theme within it, and we're going to wind up doing a music video for it as well,
Awesome.
was some of the theme was related to my MMA fighting. So I've done cage fighting, and I corner cage fighters. And
wow.
a good friend of mine got into the bare knuckle fight championship. His name is Theo Dukas, and he fought Yoel Romero from the UFC in bare
wow.
knuckle. And he wound up using "Let's Go Crazy" for his entrance theme. So some of that's going to be incorporated with we're going to have some of that incorporated in the video as well, for the combat sports fighting, the music, the rock music thing, and also like the whole mental health awareness kind of situation thing, and also kind of relate that to like my personal life experiences, where I'm like, I'm just sick of all the nonsense of life. I want to go jump on the stage and just go nuts,
Yeah.
So that's kind of what all that has to it.
Right on. So in your opinion, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say. So that means his band definitely does not need security.
No.
I'm just thinking we just found our new bodyguard if we're out.
No kidding. The wild he is the wild dog.
That's right. So tell us more about your fighting background. Tell us more about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So a lot for me originally, most of my fighting was like kind of, I guess you would consider like street fighting, because like growing up back in the day or whatever, when with YouTube coming out, there was like a lot of the underground like YouTube backyard fighting videos and things like that or whatever, like Kimbo Slice or whatever, if you've seen any of those videos and stuff. So that it was more like that kind of stuff, or like growing up, like whatever, you and a guy have a disagreement, okay, you go in the backyard or you go outside or something kind of thing. So I had a lot of that. I'd grown up in Hilliard and stuff like that, so in Spokane. So if people have been around that area, there's all kinds of whatevers hanging around. But so I've kind of grown up having to learn how to fight and stuff in general. And then my brother Elijah got into actually wanting to start being an amateur cage fighter. So I decided, well, I'm going to take whatever fight experience I have, and which isn't a lot in formal training or whatever, but it's just real life experience, and try to help him get good at fighting. And so then I started to learn, because I figured, well, I actually need to learn and get really good at this if I'm going to actually help him do this for real. So
Right.
he started taking cage fights, and I started kind of learning and getting trained and stuff like that. And he started winning some fights and stuff. And then I decided, after we had been training for a while together, that I would take my first cage fight and stuff like that, because at that point, then it would kind of make me like somebody that's like, okay, he has experience, he's gone and he's actually fought in the cage, not just beat guys up or whatever in random fights.
So how'd that first fight go?
For both of us, we both got a first round knockout in our first fights.
Oh, congratulations!
So
That's fantastic.
yeah, so it was great. And then it kind of kicked off, a long thing where we wound up doing some stuff with Terrence McKinney from the UFC. So I've actually cornered fighters with Terrence McKinney from the UFC, and met all kinds of great fighters and stuff like that. And my brother Elijah's still continuing to fight, so I corner for him now, and he's going to be
Awesome.
working on some upcoming fights and stuff too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've won some fights and all that, just overall, and now I really enjoy cornering fighters, and I've cornered a handful of fighters and stuff like that, but I really just like giving that support as a fighter advocate and things like that as well. So that's
Right
kind
on.
of where that is. So, but yeah, I really largely got started to support him and be there for him for his camp, and then it just so happened to benefit me that I was able to get in there and get a victory as well.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Don't mess up the hands, man. You got to play guitar. So
No, that's what everyone told me.
Have you ever had an injury that kept you from being able to play for a while?
Have I?
Yeah,
No, thankfully
that's
not.
good. That's good.
Yeah,
Good
no.
news.
So, but I did the last one of the recent shows I had, I did wind up cutting my hand, and then I wound up just having to play the show with my hand cut. So
Wow.
It's all
I've had
part
to
of the
tough it
show.
out
I'm
before.
bleeding all over the stage, man.
Exactly. So I have had to play through some injuries, but yeah, no, nothing too major, thankfully.
So, in your opinion, what is the most difficult obstacle of being a musician in today's industry?
Mm, that's kind of hard. I mean, there's so many different obstacles. I mean, just in general, especially if you're independent, because a lot of things, it's like, if you want to make something happen, you're doing that by yourself, or it's not happening. Because you don't have the benefit of being a part of whatever kind of social clique or whatever you would say that sets up certain things, or however you would go about it. And certain things are financially based as well, so a lot of that. And then you have AI music or whatever all that is. I heard somebody was saying like the top 5 Spotify artists right now are all AI, and so
Oh,
what is
really?
even, has somebody said
Wow.
that? I don't know if that's as accurate, but some of the top artists, yeah, from what I've heard and everything, are AI. So you got that to contend with, but you just kind of got to take a lot of that stuff with like a grain of salt, and just when you're playing the music for the people, that's the most authentic thing for me. So when I'm playing live and I can see how the people react to it in real life, it doesn't get any realer than that. So,
Right.
and then if people go and they stream the music and they love it, and they respond to it on the internet and things like that as well, that's great. But if I got to play a song for somebody live and it impacted them and touched their heart, and I got to see that and experience that in real life, that means the most. So
Right on. So I have to ask the question, as Mystical Misty ain't here with us, but
She's
I
probably
do believe she's watching. Her question to everybody is, what's your favorite candy bar?
my favorite candy bar, I'm gonna have to probably say just a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Right on. I think it's the first
With
time
or
we've heard
without
that one.
almonds?
I think that's the first time we've heard that one. Usually it's like Reese's or what,
Yeah,
and
he's like, no, I keep it calm, man.
yeah.
He's got all that rage inside. That has to be his calming thing, you know?
So what do you
So
got coming up?
Oh, we got a lot coming up. We got
I was about
a
to
lot of
ask
cool stuff. So we're going to be announcing a show June 13th here pretty soon. I believe it's supposed to be like a Battle of the Band style thing, and the winner of it will go on to do a show with Texas Hippie Coalition. So we're going to
Right
figure
on.
some of those details out. That's going to be announced hopefully soon. And then June 21st, we're going to be doing a hip hop fusion show at the Red Room in Spokane with the Unconventional Kings and a bunch of other phenomenal local artists. The Unconventional Kings are with Strange Music Records, so they do a lot of stuff with like Tech Nine and E40 and a lot of pretty killer big names. I know they recently opened up for Cypress Hill and some other really killer acts. So we're going to be getting to open up for those guys, and that's going to be an awesome kind of different kind of vibe,
Yeah.
fusing all different kinds of genres together and stuff, and just kind of jamming and all that. And I've done some hip hop stuff, done some freestyles and things like that with those guys. So it's just really fun to get outside the box, and we're going to be doing that with them. June 21st, and then June 27th, we're going to be playing at the Big Dipper with Avoid Dead and some other bands. That's going to be in Spokane. And then July 11th, we're doing an Amazon Prime special with a bunch of our good friends at Cruisers at State Line, Idaho. And it's for Band Wars. So later on, it's going to be for charity, and you'll be able to watch the episode on Amazon Prime at Band Wars. So we'll be doing an Amazon Prime special with them, and we're really stoked
wow.
to be benefiting the School of Rock. And you can also donate clothing, I believe, for that. So it's just a really good event for like to benefit kids that are getting into music, and then also like a clothing drive and just a lot of cool things to support there when it comes to that event, and a lot of great music. It's like a whole lineup of just great killer rock bands for that. And then July 18th, we're going to be teaming up with a band called Too Slim and the Tail Draggers at Mike's in the Spokane Valley. And that's going to be a huge show. I believe that's like 6 p.m. July 18th. They got tickets on sale for that now. And after that, August 1st, we're playing Knucklehead Brewery, which is a veteran-owned establishment. So I really love to give them a lot of support.
Right on.
They're in Hayden, Idaho, and we're going to be doing an event, hopefully with a couple of our friends there, August 1st. And then the last show we have scheduled for the year is August 8th in Portland, and that's going to be for a wrestling event out in Portland. So we're going to be doing like a
Sweet.
little bit of a halftime show type thing with the band
Right on.
and all that out there. So, and all that's going to be advertised on my social medias and all that good stuff. I pretty much post my flyers and all that on my stories and everything daily. So all
Right
those
on.
upcoming events, and then we're adding more shows actively right now. So the more we got coming up, the more we'll post it all. So.
All
Wow,
right.
see, that's a lot, and you're covering a lot of ground. You're going from state to state, which is awesome. Now, do
Absolutely.
you do all of this the booking and coordinating stuff yourself, or do you have like a team that
No,
helps?
it's pretty. I mean, my band is my team, but yeah, pretty much for me, yeah, it's all me with the booking and all the business and everything like that when it comes to the band and setting up pretty much everything in that regard. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you're killing it, dude. That's
Thank you, man.
you're involved in a lot of different kinds of shows, and I'm telling you that's kind of rare. And you like you mentioned earlier, you step outside the box and do some rap stuff and all that. That's killer.
Absolutely.
That's super cool.
And make sure you give us a tag in that on this part about the School of Rock and the sending in clothes and stuff like that, because we'll definitely want to share that about and help you out with that as well. So
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes,
We'll
we
do
will
for sure.
definitely. That's what we love to do, that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
send us links, all that. We'd like to help get involved with that kind of stuff.
For sure.
So where can everybody find more about you and your music?
Yeah, pretty much anywhere that you look up Jacob Vanknowe or Jacob Vanknowe Music, you can find me. I'm on all the streaming platforms and all that good stuff. I know there's a few articles that they've done that are out and about me as well. If you look me up on IMDb, I have a music profile on there for doing some music coordinating for a few short films. You can check me out on there. I have a fan site as well that's out, Jacob Vanknowe Music. So yeah, pretty much on all the social medias and streaming platforms, you can find Jacob Vanknowe or Jacob Vanknowe Music. You can get me there. So yeah, check me out, man.
All right, definitely, definitely. And I have one last question, and that is, name an artist or band besides yourself that you recommend we should give a listen to.
I'm going to recommend my boys in Blacktop Mojo.
Oh yes, so they're awesome.
Yeah, they're killer.
Love that band. Love that band. All right, Doug, you got any questions, my brother?
I do. I have my mystical misty type question I like to ask. Your number one dream venue doesn't have to be a giant place that you would love to headline a show. Pick one venue that you'd love to do.
So for me, I have two. If I could do two, I'm gonna do two. So I would like to do the Spokane Arena, just because growing up and getting to see shows there, that just was like, I don't know, there's something just huge about that to me from growing up there and seeing bands there. Like if I got to play at the Spokane Arena, I think that would be massive for me. Like that would just be awesome. Like I'd feel like I was living my child dream kind of thing. And I would also like to play in Madison Square Garden because that's where my dad grew up watching hockey games and things like that growing up on the East Coast. So I think if we got to do either of those, that would be super, like just, yeah, amazing.
So Dad's a Ranger fan then.
Yep.
Well, this has been awesome. I would love. You mentioned earlier doing a show with our boys, Avoid Dead.
Yeah,
that would be so sick to be there to see that.
For sure.
We would love that because we love your music. We love them. It would just be a badass show. And if you ever get to venture out and come this way, make sure you let us know if you're coming to Arizona or Vegas or any of those places because we got to check you out live.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, if there's any way we could set something up there, we want to come there. So yeah, let's make it happen if we can,
Right on. I'd just like to open up right now. And is there any shout outs or anything? The mic's, it's all open up. If there's anything more you'd like to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give a shout out. Pretty much, I'll give a shout out to Ray Northwest. I want to give a shout out to the rest of my band, John D and my dad, for just helping me out with the recording and everything on the last records, and just putting in tons of work with the band and everything, and helping out with the videos and everything like that. And I want to give a shout out to all the fans, everybody tuning in and everything like that. If you ever streamed my music or supported me or came to a show, it means more to me than you could probably ever imagine. So I just want to thank everybody and much love. That's it, really.
Yeah, rock on.
It kind of brings up another question. Being in a band with your dad, is there ever any where he tries to give you pointers or you try to give him pointers or that kind of thing? That's gotta be cool during rehearsal, I think.
It is. And a lot of it is we're so like-minded that it's basically like if we're on the same path with a driven goal, it's like it gets double accomplished because, just how it works with us together and things like that and the way we are. And so, it's awesome. And there's not a whole lot of times where we really do have conflict. And if we do, we really have a good way where as a band, we all kind of work out what it is that we're trying to get to. If it's like something in a song or whatever, like we're really, it's probably the best group I've had in terms of like dealing with things like that. So yeah, no, it's awesome.
Awesome.
Right on. I want to give a shout out to King Earn Band. What's up, my brothers? I hope you're all doing great out there. And shout out to the Jake Breakers. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you.
Is that our buddy Figo that's watching?
I do believe so.
I wonder if he's hungover today, like sometimes we both are.
Well, I think it's funny he says, "What's up, ladies and gentlemen?" And man, I know that I'm a fat dude, but I am no lady.
Maybe he was expecting Mystical Misty to come barging in like that one time when we were in the middle of an interview. She finally came home. That was some fun shit.
Yeah, it was. All right. Well, I thank you, Jacob. I thank you for joining us here on the Dangerous Dogs Facebook Live and on YouTube. And Man, have a great summer and have fun out there. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely, man. Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Really interested in hearing more of the hip hop stuff. That's what I've kind of never was a genre I followed until really recently, the last couple of years, and I'm blown away by what goes into it. A lot of people don't understand there's art there.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to hear some of your stuff. So
for sure. And we have me and Ray Northwest have one video out from the album now. That's like a punk rock hip hop fusion. It's called Shiny Things. If you haven't checked that out, I love that song. And then our next video we're working on is actually going to be that a rap rock heavy metal fusion song, and it's going to be a music video called Everything's All Right, and it's already out on the album. If you've seen the album, it's Everything's All Right featuring Ray Northwest, and we're going to be doing the video for it soon. So yeah, I think you'll dig it.
All right, we definitely got to go searching because I don't think I've heard that one yet.
Bet. Yeah, it's on Blunt Force Trauma.
Okay, that's where I'm headed to right after the interview.
Bet.
Me too. I've been focusing on the EP all morning. I'm like, wait, there's more.
I'm glad. Yeah. I love that. I love it.
All right.
Thanks for being with us today, brother.
Absolutely, brother. Anytime.
You have a great weekend, and I just appreciate you being here and sharing your stories with us. Thank you.
Yes, this has been fun. I definitely don't want to fight this guy.
No, absolutely not. So. No, whatever you say, buddy. Whatever you say.
You can tell he's good. He's got all of his teeth, and his face isn't like swollen and stuff. He's like, not the face.
To everybody out there, have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us.
We love y'all. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for supporting Jacob. Go follow him if you're not already.
Jacob Vanknowe Music on Facebook and every place else. Go check it out. Have a great day. Thanks, Jacob.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day, bro.